Greetings fellow Decepticons, SoundBlaster1987 here with my second monthly vlog of the year 2024 for February. Today I'll be going over my top 10 picks for Doctor Who alien species that I think McFarlane Toys will be good at making figures of if they ever got a license. Not likely I know, because characters have the toy license for Doctor Who since 2005's revival series, and their license even extends to allow classic era Doctors and such like to be made figures of. But McFarlane figures, full-featured 7-inch figures with articulation and extensive detail sculpting and paintwork, would provide a lot more screen-accurate figures for some of these species. I know a lot of the figures McFarlane would make for the series will mostly be, the Doctor and his or her companions, with the occasional 4-piece Build-A-Figure of some of the aliens. But a guy can dream. So, without further ado, top 10 list of alien species. Number 10, the Ice Warriors. For those who don't know, the Ice Warriors are a reptilian race with a biomechanical suit of sort of Iron Man-like armour that first appeared in 1967, opposite the second Doctor in the Black and White era. They were a minor recurring antagonist for part of the classic era and haven't been seen much between the Fourth Doctor era and the modern day, but they were brought back in 2011 for the last season of the 11th Doctor Matt Smith era, with the episode Cold War. And then Peter Capaldi had another couple episodes with the Ice Warriors as well. I think both the classic and modern versions of the Ice Warriors could easily be done by McFarlane, especially the modern ones with the sort of square segments of the armour detailing, which could easily have a sort of slight blackwash over it, like the cape of Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn, to bring out the detail and give it some more weathering or battle damage type effects. You could also technically make the helmets removable to show off the exposed reptilian head underneath, much like in the episode Cold War when Skaldak's helmet was removed, revealing the true face of the Ice Warrior beneath, because normally only their mouths are visible under the helmet. Then, number 9 on my list, the Raxacoricophalopatorians, otherwise known as the family Slevene, Blaverine, and so forth. You could also technically get an Absorbaloff fitted in here because Clon, the Absorbaloff's homeworld, is the twin sister planet of Raxacoricophalopatorius. So, I think the best approach for this would be the McFarlane Toys organic monster detail sculpting that they use for the Violator creature from the Spawn franchise, especially if it gives us finger articulation on the Slevene and Blaverine figures. And of course for individuals within the family vary in colour from sort of yellowish green from the Sarah Jane Adventures to a deep muted olive green from the original Aliens in London and World War III storyline. Plus there's the sort of golden orangish yellow Blaverine, of course, from season 3 of the Sarah Jane Adventures. It would be interesting to see just how many joints McFarlane could fit into that particular design, especially with the exposed bones on the forearms that make the design a little difficult to work with. Fingers crossed though. Number 8 on my list is the Sontarans. Both classic and modern era Sontarans could easily be well represented in this line should the character brand ever give McFarlane a chance. Obviously, it would have to be either a swappable, removable head/helmet or a fully removable helmet like the Star Wars Black Series Jango Fett figure has had over the years, in order to enable the individual sculpting and paintwork of the Sontaran's face with possibly a bit of blackwash to bring out the battle scars to show through properly. You can easily get a lot of Black Series, Gold Label repaints and retools for different Sontaran heads like Karg the Slayer, Stahl the Undefeated, and so forth. You can even bring in Ensign Jingo Track from the Doctor Who Lost in Time mobile game if you give him a cybernetic left eye. And of course Strax, obviously, but he would probably need an extensively retooled body to put his butler tuxedo over his Sontaran battle armour. But of course they could easily just do the Voldemort route and put an external fabric thing over the existing sculpting for that one. Number 7 on my list, the Weeping Angels. You could easily reuse either the Redeemer or Hawkman's wings for this one, just do it in a sort of stone colour with a few minor cracks and battle damage to the statue-like quality built in. And then you could also, as a gold label exclusive, rework that into the Heavenly Host androids from the Voyage of the Damned Christmas special. That shouldn't take too long to reconfigure, hopefully, since all you really need for the Heavenly Host is a neutral version of the Weeping Angel head spray painted in metallic gold with a halo on top of it. Then number 6 on my list, the Jadoon. One of my personal favourite species from the Doctor Who series. I think once again the sort of faux leather rubbery sculpting of McFarlane's Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn design could easily work here. Just, in charcoal black instead of blood red. And obviously a bit of black wash on some of the panel lines to bring out the wrinkled detail of the rhino head and the horns and such like for the exposed head of a Jadoon captain. Obviously a slight retool for a non-removable helmet Jadoon trooper would know translator port on the chest would also work as a gold label exclusive or army builder type of thing. Just as long as the translator piece included can actually plug into the chest when held in the right kind of way, obviously. And obviously the blasters should be blast effects compatible with pretty much any entry on this list. Number 5 is another 2-in-1 entry, the Silurians and their aquatic cousins, the Sea Devils. Technically not an alien species because they originated on Earth pre-humanity, but still, they look like aliens and they look pretty cool in the modern era with the sculpted detail of their reptilian faces. I think it's like blackwash and those sort of stone mask things with the modern Silurians where we'll really bring out the details. And possibly a potential plug-in whip-like tongue accessory could be useful for certain posers to show their venomous tongue whip attacks. And obviously a blast effect similar to the sort of rings of sound that Black Canary emits with her canary cry could be useful for their heat ray blasters. Same with the sort of fish-like detailing on the Sea Devils as well, since they were recently seen in a Jodie Whittaker special. Then, number 4 on my list, the modern era Cybermen from the, Nightmare in Silver and the Cybers Industries era. So, I do currently own a couple of the, character brand modern era Cybermen. I've already reviewed the 12-inch figure, and although they have got screen accurate detail, they are very lacking in the articulation department. I mean, granted, the servo motors of the Cybermen's bodies can only provide so much freedom of movement, plus also obviously the clunky costumes in real life, but, you want to be able to pose an action figure on your shelf for more effective display purposes. And specifically with the Cybers Industries designs, you can get gold label repaints and recolors for either the Cyber Controller John Lumick with the visible brain and the glowing eyes, or the Cyber Leader from the Cyber Assault video game, or the Cyber Leader from the Army of Ghosts and Doomsday with the black handlebars. And of course you can always get A Good Man Goes to War Cyber Leader with a black faceplate and handlebars combo. You can also retool the chest for the next Doctor Cybermen that were no longer Cybers Industries affiliated but still share the same design. Then of course there's the old adventure game, The Blood of the Cybermen, which featured a different chestplate detail, but instead of a Cybers Industries logo, had just a Cyberman skull faceplate type of thing on the chest. That could also work. Also, you could probably make a Cyber Shade animal minion out of one of the Spawn creature monster things at some point. Just retool the head with a bronze Cyberman mask with 2 sort of separate handlebars going diagonally across like that. Then, number 3 on my list is the classic era Cybermen. So, I know I'm cheating here by splitting the modern and classic Cybermen into different components of the list, but there were a wider variety of designs for the classic era Cybermen, from 1966's The 10th Planet all the way up to 1987's Silver Nemesis. Although the Silver Nemesis designs were just a darker repaint of the Earthshock model. There are quite a lot of variations to be accounted for, including the increased brain shape of the cyber controllers for both the Earthshock model and the Tomb of the Cybermen model. And I think it would be interesting to provide both full colour and black and white variants of some of the older Cyberman models for certain collectors out there, because I know they've been doing black and white variants of some of the Arkham figures lately from the DC line. Then, number 2 on my list would be the Zygons. Yet again, another case of the organic monster detailing from the Spawn line coming in handy, plus a black wash over the suction cups to make them stand out detail-wise. Plus maybe a more intense black wash inside the suction cups to show the shadows of where you can't see the inside detail properly. And again, obviously, this would be another case of extensive articulation in a weird looking costume. You could even maybe engineer an opening mouth for them to look like they're snarling at you. Finally, number 1 is a 3-in-1 entry of Dalek-Sec Hybrid, the normal Daleks, and Davros, because we've not yet had a fully articulated tentacle mutant inside the Dalek shell, with the Dalek shell being able to open. And I think McFarlane could easily be able to create that for us if they have the opportunity, especially with Dalek Khan's abomination form from the Stolen Earth and Journey's End 2-part episode. And obviously Davros would only have one right arm, but depending on the variant of Davros, you could swap his right hand from the organic form he had in Revelation of the Daleks to the lightning-shooting metal prosthetic he had in later episodes. And obviously it would be easy to retool the bottom half of Davros' wheelchair just into the skirt of a Dalek and then build the rest from the waist up to create the whole Dalek shell and such like. Obviously things like the Supreme Daleks and the new Dalek paradigm designs would have to be built from the ground up, but it would be interesting to see it all working. And then obviously, yet again, the organic creature detailing and the black wash over the wrinkle lines on Dalek-Sec Hybrid mutant fingers and tentacled head sculpt with the exposed brain would be pretty interesting to see at some point. Again, everything on this list is highly unlikely because characters look like they're never going to let go of a Doctor Who toy license, but fingers crossed. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if I missed a species that you would like to see, leave that in the comments below and maybe I'll make a part 2 of this list someday. Till then, I've been SoundBlaster1987, thanks again for watching. My next vlog in March will be the top 10 secondary Kamen Riders that I'd like to see in the figurized standard model kit line, now that we've run out of Heisei Phase 2 riders from a primary group to deal with. Till then, my next review will be Kingdom Golden Disc Edition Mutant Tigatron. Till then, to all are one.